The Protoss have launched a vessel from the dark side of Calder. We are still able to sense its presence, but time is running short.
One of your ships escaped.
Then you need only await the Golden Armada. Your death will be swift.
I take no pleasure in this.
In what? Slaughtering my people?
In what I'm about to do to you. Your friends on that ship can sense you. They know they left one behind.
No.
But they can't warp you to their ship, because I'm blocking them.
No! No!
But if I drop the veil...
Do not warp me in, Templar! Do not!
You let the other Protoss take her?
she will be their death.
The Templar must be warned.
Awaken. Listen carefully. This ship contains many dangers. Follow my commands and hide in the shadows. You will consume and grow. Infest this ship and kill every last Protoss on board.
Hello and welcome back to StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm.
Now go and spawn your brood.
This is a particularly fun mission where you get to see
Use your parasitic invasion to hide within that creature.
just what it would be like to be a xenomorph.
What was that noise?
What was that noise? Indeed, so yes, you start off as this little...
All right, he's gone. Consume your host and move on.
This little parasitic creature that can't actually attack or defend itself in any way,
Sentry,
so
hide
you've got to
this
be
defense
stealthy.
until it passes.
But the thing about stealth in an RTS setting is that it's incredibly easy to do, because you can see exactly where your enemy is at all times, and movement is click-based.
There's no way around those zealots. Invade the Ursadon and crush them.
So yes, I said you were defenseless, but not quite. You get to take control of this big thing.
So the Protoss think they have a few infested animals. They have no idea what they're up against.
So yeah, we start off by just having to beat up a few zealots and a few sentries, which poor old sentries, they get screwed in single player because sentries are just pathetic in single player. In multiplayer they're amazing because players know how to put down force fields and useful things like that, but the AI doesn't seem to be able to do that, so sentries in single player terms are just creatures that aren't actually strong at all. Makes you wonder why they even bothered putting them in the single player campaign.
This area is safe from prying eyes. Evolve. Grow.
Another sci-fi series that would have Charles Darwin spinning in his grave, because this isn't quite how evolution works. If it is, I would have evolved long ago into Asmodan or something.
You are Niaz.
So, this is a bit of a cruel mission, essentially. You've got all these defenseless little animals,
And destroy the Protoss.
and you just have to kill and eat them. And the Protoss will occasionally be like, hey, don't kill and eat them. And you just swat them out of the way and continue to kill and eat them.
Consume their biomass and use it to grow our brood.
The Zerg have infiltrated our vessel. Warriors, destroy them!
Good old Nadra. She's only like 5 minutes old, and yet she's already got the hamminess of a true Blizzard character well in hand. Oh no, that little goat survived. Am I going to miss that goat? I think I missed the goat.
Nothing stops the swarm.
Ah, that's embarrassing. Never mind. So, yeah, there's not really much to say at this point. The thing about Nadra is, she can spawn lots of stuff. There is absolutely no cost for doing so, and pretty much no cooldown either. I just spam the W key and make infinite Zerglings. There's a cap of how many Zerglings you can have at a time, but beyond that, you can just make loads of Zerglings, so it doesn't really matter if you manage your Zerglings poorly and they all get killed. You can just make more. It's easy peasy. Like I said, like I've said so many times now, Heart of the Swarm, it's not about being difficult, it's about being awesome.
That structure powers the shield.
You know, it's awesome that you can just make loads of Zerglings out of nothing and just have them tear things to shreds.
Forward. A strong energy emanates from this part of the ship. What is its purpose?
Also, I know StarCraft 2 is a game and it's not really to scale and everything, but how massive is this Protoss ship? Like, you consider how big a carrier is. Now, carriers in like all the official artwork are massive. But in the game, they're about the same size as Nadra. So this ship must be like several thousand times the size of a carrier. Which is just impressive stuff right there. Then again, there was a similar thing in StarCraft 1 where you're again, the Zerg were getting to infiltrate and be cool. You infiltrated a science vessel, which they're just like little balls, little floating ball bags. But in that mission, pretty big, pretty fun. So yeah, Nadra is needed now for her incredible ranged attack abilities. We've destroyed that thing. And the problem with making random things on a ship explode is that it causes explosions. So now we've got to run for death.
A warp drive breach has occurred. Evacuate immediately.
This is perhaps the only time in StarCraft 2 history that you'll see Archons being defeated by Zerglings.
Back the swarm.
Oh my god, look at that, there's a force field! They actually managed to put down a force field. Clever little sentry, well done. Are you going to reapply that force field? Because if you do, we'll probably not be able to get... No? Alright. They could have locked us out and killed us in the explosion, but they were only clever enough for one scripted force field. I think plonking down another force field was a bit beyond them. So, there you go. Explosions, explosions. For some reason, Protoss technology is blue when it explodes. Not like inferior human technology.
The explosions have stopped.
Wait here. I sense something in the chamber ahead.
Emergency. Power failure detected. Awakening Protoss warriors from stasis.
Now that is pretty exciting. Although, bit crap of this ship to only have like 4 warriors in stasis. What's the point? There you go. And waking them up 2 at a time was a similarly unsound move. Yeah, that bear has just sort of accepted its death gracefully.
It's time to evolve and expand your control over your brood, Niadra.
Huh. Oh, I've been calling her Nadra. Apologies for that. It's Niadra. So now that she's grown big and strong, she can make roaches.
Exterminate the specimens. Do not allow the Zerg to consume them.
And as much as I love roaches, as you all know by now, I have discovered that making nothing but roaches is actually not ideal in this particular mission, because, well, there's Stalkers, which are generally good against roaches, there's Immortals, which are definitely good against roaches. You know, roaches are great, but they're just not equipped to take on the entire Protoss army by themselves, unless said entire Protoss army gets frozen every few minutes, which it doesn't here, sadly. Oh my god! That High Templar was ready. I mean, think about it from his perspective. He was in stasis. He did not know what was going on. As far as he knows, he went to sleep, and then he woke up and there was Zerg everywhere, but bam, on second one, he just plops down that storm. He, you know, no need to yawn or stretch or be like, oh, what's going on? He is right there. He is ready. The great thing is that the Protoss in this room are finite, so You don't need to like rush and kill all these creatures, you can just wait until all the Protoss are dead, and then you can kill the creatures at your leisure. I wonder why the Protoss even have all these creatures on the ship anyway. Like, are they studying them? Like, to what end? I'm sure they've studied all of this anyway, because they're like a really ancient race of aliens. They must have had plenty of time. Yeah, they, as a species, they must have gotten over their abducting cattle phase. Like, that is old school shit there. That's like what you do when you first get your own spaceship. But never mind, they're doing it, and it is to our benefit. Speaking of, Kerrigan. What would she have done if there was no livestock on this ship? Like, did she know 100% that there was going to be livestock on the ship that her little Zerg larva could feed on? I mean, what if this was just a 100% Protoss ship? She'd be like, "Rahaha, little Niadra, I have you on the ship now. Flail about a bit. Yes, flail more." It's just... I can see a huge hole in this plan, and it's only because she was incredibly lucky that it's worked out at all. I'm calling you on your bad tactics, Kerrigan. So yeah, you see that the goat I missed so long ago, I've noticed I don't yet have enough biomass. I cannot yet evolve. I am 5 off evolving. I'm like, ooh, did I miss something in the last room? But of course we know, you and I know, viewer, I didn't miss something in the last room. I missed something ages ago and didn't even know. So, oh my god, we have to save this Ursidon. If they kill it, we miss the bonus objective. I got that. You might not have noticed, but I got that in like the last microsecond. Okay? The bonus objective was not to kill it, because the zealots were already killing it. The objective was to infect it. And I did a microsecond before it died. So hurrah for me, I've got the Kerrigan levels, my Kerrigan is going to be strong. It would have sucked to have to redo the entire mission based on not getting that in time. So there you go, now I am Super Niadra. She has reached her final form. She is in full queen mode, and now she can make Hydralisks. And
The Protoss are fortifying.
Hydralisks, Roaches and Zerglings is a pretty beefy army, actually. It's got something for everything. I mean, granted, you don't see Roach Hydra Ling in many professional matches, but you do see Roach Hydra without the Ling, so
Destroy the pods
think about it.
before they launch. The Protoss must not reach Shakuras.
So now this is like the last exciting bit of the mission where, oh my god, the Protoss are trying to escape on escape pods. We mustn't let that happen for petty reasons. I mean, okay, it's so that the Protoss can't tell the Golden Armada about us, but we're about to leave this planet anyway. There's really no reason to be doing any of this except Kerrigan just loves killing Protoss. She loves it.
Right now, we must buy our brothers time.
Yeah, you can tell by the way she used to hang out with Zeratul. Well, not hang out. Torture and torment Zeratul. That she loves tormenting Protoss. She loves killing Protoss. It's fun for her. It's not a job. It's a passion.
Escape pods. Destroy them.
I fear no enemy, for the Kala is my strength.
Well, the Kala sucks, to be honest. The Kala protected you for all of a second. Alright, 5 Stalkers. Pretty dangerous. Zerg never like to see that. I think just this time we'll be okay. So, the thing about this mission, right? You've probably read the sign already, but Niadra cannot be killed. She's like the only thing that can't be killed. The rest of my Zerg I can do infinitely. So this mission is incredibly easy if you just make sure Niadra's at the back. I will confess I failed this bit before because I had Niadra at the front for some ridiculous reason, and all the Archons here were like, get that big queen one right there, and they did, and she exploded, and it was bad. So that's why I'm having her just run back and lay eggs as she goes, because it's just the safer option. Now there is...
Never be defeated. We give our lives for the Kala.
There is the time limit going on, so you can't be too wimpy with the Niadra, and I would say that even though I do hit the time limit this, obviously I wouldn't be showing a failed attempt, but I do think I was a bit too wimpy with my Niadra, and I did cut the times way too close, so be a bit ballsier with your Niadra, but if she starts to take damage, as she is doing now, make sure she backs off, as I am currently not making sure she backs off. So basically, in order to do well at this mission, just play it a lot better than I have been playing it. I see that I'm wasting my time attacking that pylon instead of the escape pods, which is the more important thing. It's obviously, you know, habit left over from multiplayer. You know, you see an enemy pylon, you kill it, and that's just the way it is. But in this single player, there's no particular reason. Also, why are there even pylons on this ship? It clearly has its own power source. Pylons strike me as more of a, you know, a kit, a sort of portable get power here.
My queen. My queen, can you hear me?
Kerrigan's evil.
We are alone.
She's like 10 minutes old, Kerrigan. You can't just abandon her already.
The Queen of Blades has given us one purpose: to destroy the Protoss.
And justify.
Ahead, we will serve again.
There being Zerg enemies in Legacy of the Void. So yeah, Niadra, she never shows up in this game again, but it's pretty obvious from there that in Legacy of the Void, when we play as the Protoss, she's going to be causing some problems. I can see it now. But on the other hand, she might not, because Blizzard have this amazing thing, right, where they set up things through foreshadowing, and then never follow up on them ever. It's narratively brilliant, I must say. It throws you off. You think, ooh, they have laid the seeds for a story here, but then someone in the writing department is like, I am either bored of, or completely forgot about that thing we foreshadowed. Let's do something completely different. And you know, it keeps you on your toes. You're never quite sure where the story is going to go. So, well done for that, Blizzard. Well done indeed. Not quite so well done for these insane loading screens. These ridiculously long loading screens. But it's over now, so I'm going to say goodbye. And I'm going to say see ya, which is quite same to goodbye.
The
Bye.
Golden Armada will never know we were here.
I am glad that Protoss is no longer aboard our Leviathan. Her psionic presence was disturbing.
She died bravely, trying to save her friends.
Why do you care how the Protoss died?
I will kill anyone in my way. That doesn't mean I enjoy it.
Even Arcturus Mengsk, my queen? Will his death bring you no joy?
Be silent, Isha.
Placed parasite into Protoss host.
Yes. What about it?
Clever. Lateral thinking. Protoss not able to be infested, but can still be host to foreign organism. Origins of parasite unknown.
I made it, Abathur. You're not the only one who can spin sequences.
Revelation. Will continue work.